Hi everyone, Sandra Bissell here, and today I got to attend the Building One Community Immigrant Center Benefit Breakfast. This is their fifth annual breakfast, and today they had a record number of 450 attendees. Everybody waking up very early to be there at 7 a.m. when the breakfast started. People eager to learn more about the issues related to immigrants. So one of the things I would like to share with you, indeed there are two things, is what the keynote speaker, Dr. Danielle Padilla Peralta, the author of this book here called Undocumented, a Dominican boy's odyssey from a homeless shelter to the Ivy League. He talked about the first thing, he talked about stories. And the second thing that stood out for me was the factor of luck in this case, an immigrant boy's life. So as he talked about stories, I started to wonder. What he said was the stories of those who succeed, those who reach the American dream in this case, are the stories being told. And I started to wonder what happened to the stories of those who don't succeed, who didn't succeed. Are these stories not being passed down the lane of our society's history? And what would be the benefits of listening to them, of understanding some of the struggles, some of the joys that people who came before us or people who are living this situation right now might be going through. And that's why for me, listening to Dr. Peralta was very informative because, yes, he talked about himself, a person who made it, but he also mentioned the story of his father who didn't make in the United States. His father indeed left him and went back to San Domingos, and his mother, who through all the troubles she had in life, from moving from one house to another due to the inability of paying for rent, she was able to raise a son who is now giving back to society. The other aspect Dr. Peralta talked about that kind of grabbed my attention was when he said, luck played a very big role in my life. And as a person who believes that we should take 100% responsibility of our own life, I'm not a big fan of the word luck. And so I listened to him. I listened to our speaker today as he said that it was the role of a mentor, a person who saw him as he was reading a book on Greek and Roman civilization. And he's sitting there in that little corner reading that book at the homeless shelter in New York City, and is approached by this person who brought this amazing change by bringing knowledge that his Dr. Peralta's mother didn't have, that her son too could attend a private institution, a private school in New York City. And it was through that luck, as he called it, that he was able to start his academic career and eventually become the person who he became, and also a U.S. citizen. And that made me think a little bit further about my feelings towards, we are 100% responsible for everything in our lives. So if I were to think only in that way, that we are 100% responsible for our lives, how do I explain the role of this mentor who showed up at a homeless shelter in New York City and helped a little boy who he didn't know could one day become a person who would inspire others to take action and would be a person bringing change to his community. I really don't know the answer to any of those questions, but I wanted to share with you that even though we do have principles which guide our lives, sometimes these principles can be proved to be a little bit less certain than we thought they were. So that's my little takeaway from my morning at the Immigrant Center's benefit breakfast. Well, have an inspiring day as I'm having. Thank you.